Alright, well, we're here. I'm going to attempt to show you how I make a battery pack. This is a standard high-long case right here. It's the LG HG2, so it's 3000 milliamp hours. There's 5 cells in this pack, which makes it 15 amp hours, 48 volts. It will charge up to 52. Be a very nice battery. So what I'm doing here is I broke my tabbing machine, so instead of tabbing it together, this is better for current anyway, because I think, you know, 2 little dots of welding probably can't compare to the surface area of just a weld. So I went ahead and laid down a little bead on each cell, and I try to do this with the cells discharged. And what I'm using is solar bus wire. It's already pre-tinned copper wire, so I'll push it down with a screwdriver, use the iron to heat up my bead that I already put on there, give it a little swipe, and that means I don't have to put too much heat on the cell, and the cell doesn't I haven't noticed any damage. I feel like this method is quite effective, a little more time consuming than tabbing, but this is what I've chosen to do because it's the most reliable thing I've found. So again, I got my, solder, and cruise along this pack, and I'm going to put them in series like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll run one over 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on. So the first step, aim the camera down a little better, is get your iron tin. My iron's a wreck because I use it all the time. I beat the crap out of it. It's nice and hot. Just put a little bead on there. Put it on the cell. Make just a tiny little puddle. Only takes a second, and they say it does some damage, but yeah, I'm gonna call their bullshit on that, because these things have quite a bit of heat resistance, because they get pretty hot just normally in operation. So I'm a big fan of the 18650, so I'll just keep on going down the pack. Well, this doesn't work if you got a little cheesy iron. I mean, this is a 900 watt Weller. I have a bigger iron that I like to use too. So what I like to do is put the parallel chains together first, and then connect the series chains and make sort of a bus bar. So take them like this, and since the wire is pre-tinned, it makes it real quick. I don't have to do a lot of work to make it stick on there. And another advantage that I found, I was using nickel wire, and I was soldering it, it works fine on the back side of the cell where there's nowhere for the solder to drip in. But if you're talking about here on the positive side, if you burn through that little insulator right there and you drop a little bead of solder in between the cell there, I've actually had one of these things explode. You know, I always do this with the cells discharged, but I did it with the pack charged one time, and yeah, I threw the entire pack out the door because it turned white hot pretty instantaneously, and fortunately it burned its way out of the pack and didn't destroy the entire pack. But scary. A lot of energy in these little things, so you know, you don't want to short them out. But yeah, anyway, so this is my pack building method of the moment. I've got a few little machines I've been working on to automate the process. See, there's my laser cutter, which is a 2-axis CNC machine. I'm going to use that with a solenoid to build packs, so kind of like got a bay built for it and got the software figured out to where I can make it simple. And I don't know, it's either going to be that or a CNC machine. I spent a lot of time tabbing them together too, but that kind of tends to blow holes in things. And you know, I just want a nice uniform connection, and the soldered connection is pretty effective. The solder bus wire is nice. It's just, like I said, everything flows. If you want to see how strong it is, you know, taking my meter lead, you know, and you can see that there's no picking it off there. It's freaking connected to every single cell. There's no chance of anything being loose. It's all pretty strong. So that's another reason I love this method. Strong and high current. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it off here. Got a ways to go, so good time.